All right, guys, Foresight Football. We're back after a long break. As today we're doing the recording the same day that Inter Miami is introducing Messi and Busquets. Some new signings, but we have a new signing. Guys, welcome the new member of Foresight Football.
It's great to be here. My name's Lucas, and as you can tell, I'm a big Uruguay fan. You know, my parents were Uruguayan, and I watched the team while growing up. And I'm a major Chelsea fan. You know, best English club out there. Not this season, you know, rebuild, but whatever. Why'd you make that face, Alessandro?
Just no comment.
Okay.
You know, they didn't win a trophy this year.
Talk, so it's fine. What I really dislike is Arsenal. Those fuckers are taking all of our players. Can I swear?
I'm trying to keep it low, but
Okay,
you're fine.
those guys are taking all our players, but they can take the shit one, the bad ones. You know, like Jorginho.
They're coming to the best London team. So
Okay, you have a slow midfield with 50 pace, so I don't be happy.
Oh, he's coming hard swinging. I thought these were going to be our friends.
I mean, not during the podcast. And I stand by that. In 3 years, Chelsea would have the best European team out there.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy, but Christopher Nkunku can put up numbers better than Haaland. Some might say.
Okay, so I have one question for you. Do you think that you're going to do a better job at Foresight Football than Russell?
Well, that's not even a question. You know what I mean? Like, people who think I won't do a better job really don't know stuff at all.
Okay, I like the confidence.
I mean, of course.
It's a high ceiling, man. High ceiling.
Anyways, guys.
Just like Chelsea.
Oh, you still like. See, the funny thing is, I would have loved this if Caicedo wasn't going to Chelsea. So I might have to actually go for it. Yeah. I might actually have to support Chelsea.
We took him from Man United. His exact words were like, "How could I say no to a club like this?" And you know, how could people say no to this? It's a great opportunity.
That's not exact. I'm sure if Man United was offering us Chelsea, you would go to Man United.
He loves the club, and that's what I heard from my sources.
If Arsenal were still in the race, he would have came to us.
He definitely wouldn't have. Let me tell you that.
Actually, that's not bad.
He was about to come to us. So.
I think he out of the three of them, it would have been Man United first, Arsenal second, Chelsea third.
What trophies have you guys won this season?
The FA Cup, no?
FA Cup, yeah.
We won the Champions League. You know, FA Cup.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Sandro, thoughts?
On Caicedo going?
Yeah, what if you could put in three? Man United, Arsenal, or Chelsea?
Yeah, I guess the way Chelsea's been spending, that's got to be number one. You know, he would fit that midfield. Arsenal number two. Like, come on, like he would have been great in that jersey, but you know, Declan Rice is there, so good enough. Well, and what was the third team? Barca.
I know it's a Manchester United.
Oh, Man U. Yeah, Man U. Yeah, they're all talk. No spend.
Wow.
I mean,
they will. Sorry, I've assumed Barca because it's but they have no money. But yeah, Man U. They have the money, but they won't spend it. So that would be my ranking.
Bro, Barca legit could only afford Moises Caicedo's boots. Like, because those boots are probably going out for like $5 million, and they probably could only afford that.
I don't even think they can.
Bro, we just spent $40 million on Victor Roque. I don't know why you guys are saying.
Bro, he made a good point. If they were even to negotiate with Caicedo, it would have to be over Zoom because they wouldn't even be able to afford flight costs.
Oh God!
Make all the jokes you want. Watch us next season in UCL.
Oh my God, they're gonna have to put him in a hotel, all right?
Bro, even though we're broke, we're still competing. See how crazy that is.
Barely competing. Right? Real Madrid got tired of winning the league. That's what it is.
Exactly.
We're just the best team in Spain. What can I say?
Oh my God.
That's
team
terrible.
In Spain. That's crazy.
We're La Liga champions.
For now.
Respect.
Whatever. Anyways, good transition. Randy does have to go. We just brought him in for the beginning part of this video for Lucas. But we will continue our video in a bit to do our rankings. We'll talk about those in a bit. All right, guys. I had to do a little cut there, but we're back. And now it's time for the next segment. We're going to be discussing Italians, Uruguayos, and Ecuadorians in the Prem. We picked this because only 3 Ecuadorians
3 Uruguayans.
and
4 or 5 Italians.
4 or 5 Italians. So it'll be a quick little segment. I'll start us off. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna give them a rating for their role in the club, and you'll understand that when I say my first person, and then their overall rating for the Prem. So first Ecuadorian I'm gonna talk about is Jeremy Sarmiento. Do you know Jeremy Sarmiento?
Enlighten me.
Do you know Jeremy Sarmiento?
Of course.
All right. So Jerry Sarmiento, he's an Ecuadorian. He's pretty young, but in Brighton, he's never breaks the starting 11. Actually, this year he only has 1 start and 9 games played.
Wow.
So, but in those 9 games played, he has an assist. So his main role in the team is like a rotation player, just to come out for the last 15 minutes, and play in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup.
Lose.
So in the Carabao Cup, he has 1 start and 1 game played, and he has an assist in that 1 game. So that's pretty good for he did his job. And then in the FA Cup, he has 2 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Rating is 6.69 FA Cup, and then a rating of the Carabao Cup, he got 7.4. Not bad, especially for his role, like I said. And then in the Prem, he has a rating of 6.5. So for his role in the club, I'm gonna give him an A+.
Wow, that's bold.
No, I'm just kidding. It's an A. I'm gonna give him an A. Simply because his role in the club, he comes in to give the guys a break and to hold it down and to create something and to rotate into the club for the smaller games. He has 2 assists. That's pretty good for someone that comes in for 15 minutes a game.
What position do you play again?
He plays like right wing.
And 2 assists in 9 games? That's horrendous.
But that's just playing like 15 last minutes. And you got to remember, he's playing in I don't want to say Brighton's a small team, but they're not like the biggest team. He doesn't have much creativity going for him there.
But you mentioned earlier it would be a big games, so it'd be against teams that aren't even in the Premier League, leagues lower.
That's true, but the FA Cup he only has 1 game played, and he has an assist. Sandro, we come across good, by the way.
Sorry?
You could hear us good, right?
Yeah, you guys are clear.
So yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8 for Brighton standards. For his role in the team as being just a rotation player, I'm giving him an A. He does his job. I wouldn't give him an A+ because he got injured while playing for Ecuador and playing such little games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're just a rotation player, you should be available for every game. Now for his overall rating in the Prem, I'm gonna give him a D-.
Wow.
Obviously, barely gets playing time. How am I gonna give him anything higher than like a C? And in those play times, he has an assist. Given it was a nice assist, I remember. But yeah, D- for him. More games he gets to play, the higher his rating will go.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you go next for your guy.
Okay, so for my first player, I am picking the one and only Darwin Nunez.
All right.
And you know why we have to pick this player. You know what I mean? He's amazing. He didn't score a lot of goals.
How much did he get signed for?
It doesn't matter.
I genuinely forgot.
Wasn't it like, what, 80 mil? No, I could be wrong.
It's up there.
The bargain. You know what I mean? Like having a young... Okay, you have to realize that he's a young player and he only gets better with time. And with, teammates like Mohamed Salah, you're not going to shine. And that's fine, because when Mohamed Salah retires and, Roberto Firmino gone, he's going to have his moment to shine. And that's what it's all about with young players. But, yeah, I have to pick him up there. He's top 3 goal scorers for the club this season, which is incredible for someone,
That's pretty impressive. How many goals is he in?
I think it was 9.
9.
9 goals and 3 assists. Top
That's
3. It's not bad. It isn't bad.
That's not bad.
With a squad with the top goal scorer being Mohamed Salah 19.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so for his role for the club, this is a grading system from A to the F, right?
I'll give him D-.
I
F would be like you're horrendous.
like your player.
No.
Okay. Whatever you say. I give him a for Liverpool system a whopping A minus. And I have stats to back this up. Listen. What would you give Diego Jota for Liverpool? Would you rate him higher?
No.
You wouldn't, because some people would, and the fact that they're missing that you're a striker and you're putting in goals. 9 goals isn't a lot, but it's his first season and he's top 3 goal scorers. You know what I mean?
Look,
no one else is putting in those goals.
I think he got way too much hate because he didn't get much hate from Liverpool. Actually, Liverpool fans actually are going pretty easy on him. It's other fans that are going hard on him, obviously.
You know why?
But I'll say this: I think he gets way too much hate. He deserves. Him and Anthony are in the same bracket for me.
I don't think so. That's
simply because of this.
preposterous.
Simply because of this. They're both good players. I just don't think they're worth that price tag. Although I do think Darwin Nunez will pay off in the future, I don't think he's still worth that price tag.
But that's why Liverpool paid that price tag for him, because first season he's not going to be the greatest, but he's going to adapt, and the more seasons to come, the more goals he's going to make. Right? And the reason people hate on him a lot is because they thought he was going to be as good as Haaland.
I mean, let's not forget. Wait, what rating did you give him?
A minus.
No, bro. He also got a red card, and he got a.
Oh my!
That
you know
affects
what?
the score.
We love a player who's a little hothead. You know what I mean? Soccer is intense. He plays with passion. That's what you want to a striker. Football, soccer. You know, I don't mind what it's called. All right, I love playing the sport. And you know, if you don't play with passion, why are you playing the game?
I agree, but to get a red card, I think it was in his third game. That's pretty.
It doesn't
bad.
matter what game it was. All right. I feel like we forget when he played in that cup before the league started with the FA Cup winners and EFL winners, and they won, right? Because Nunez scored a goal and Haaland didn't. But you know what I mean? Like he's putting it there. You know, he helped them win that against the European Championship. Yeah, Man City are what, European champions, right? Premier League champions. Like, isn't it FA Cup champions as well?
They're
Exactly, and they beat that team. Liverpool beat that team with the help of Darwin.
Okay, Sandro. Personally, I would give him a B plus. I'm only gonna pitch in my ideas for the players that I feel like I could. I feel like this is the only time I will. I would give him a B plus. Simply, he got that red card pretty early in the season. He did play a lot of games. 9 goals is great. I don't think I'm giving him a B plus. That's pretty good, in my opinion.
Okay. And I would have to rate the how he fits in the Premier League, right? Out of all the strikers, I'd give him an A, a solid A, because who would you have rather than
what?
Darwin?
So you're giving him an A minus in the club, but an A in the Prem?
Oh, but he has to compete against a lot of people. But I think he beats a lot of them. Like, name 3 strikers that beat him that you would have starting over
Ferguson, Haaland.
Haaland is the only one I can think of. You're gonna put Rashford? I'm not gonna put Rashford.
No, I didn't say Rashford. I said Ferguson.
They're good.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane is
There you go.
He's gonna be washed.
How about you,
I
Sandro?
can name 2.
But I'm saying right now, who would I put in front? I put those 3 right now. How about you, Sandro? In the Prem, three strikers.
3 strikers? Oh god, yeah. Haaland's number 1. Harry Kane, and heck, even Ivan Toney, I would put.
Yeah,
over.
I don't see that though. I can only see 2 players being on top of him, and that's Harry Kane and Haaland. That's it.
But he
You know what it is?
would be number 4 for me. But like, have a good season this year, you can definitely jump to number 2.
Bro, don't even get me started on Ferguson. Next year, he's gonna have a crazy season.
I don't think so.
He only played, I think, 8 games and had 3 goals at 18.
Probably sitters.
He's a striker. So, anyways, Sandro, do you have anything to pitch in before you give your take on your player?
Listen, Darwin Nunez, I like him. I wouldn't give him an A necessarily, but he will definitely be that player either this season or next. He has that ceiling, and I think he'll hit it.
So, what would your rating be for it? Let's say Prem. Let's give just whichever you're comfortable with, Prem or Liverpool.
Like, for the Prem, I think he's solid B. Like I said, it was a decent season. It was Liverpool kind of struggled at times, so that didn't help. But they found their footing in the end, and they looked like that old Liverpool team at the end of the season. And they'll be in the Europa League. That's going to be a great tournament to kind of refresh and get the new players all together. So again, B would be my ideal grade for him, but the ceiling is an A+, and he will definitely hit that in the coming years.
I would say I agree. I agree. I think Europa League is perfect for him this year, just because he'll get his confidence up, score a lot of goals. It'll be great. I hate it as a Man United fan, but as an overall South American supporter, I think it's good. You know, bring more competition and score more goals against South American teams to make the defense better. Anyway, Sandro, you can go next.
All right, so 4 current Italian players in the Prem, and 3 of them play for my club, West Ham. So it's gonna be quite easy.
This guy got lucky.
That's right. First one I'm going to talk about is Gianluca Scamacca, the one of our record signings of last year. And if I had to put a grade on him, like team impact, I'm going to have to give him a C plus, based solely because he was hurt majority of the year. Now he's another one. He's young, 23, big money move. Showed flashes of that potential last year. Again, if it wasn't for the knee issues, and I think there was something with his ankle, we maybe could have seen more of that. But based off the 15, 16 Prem appearances and the 3 goals he scored, that took a hit in his grading. But what kind of saves him was the 5 goals in 9 games in the Conference League, which they ended up winning. So he is a Conference League winner, just like the other 2 Italians I'll bring up later. So team impact for him, C plus, and I'm praying that he stays because I do think he can rebound. And if he does, he's gonna be another one. I can give him an A, maybe a top 10 striker in the Prem, maybe, but like let's see if we can stay healthy here. If I had to put now, Ali, you said grade in the league in general.
Yeah, like so, how you think they you would put them compared to everyone else in the Prem, right?
See, now, yeah, like I said, C plus for the team. I would have to go back and give a D for just the whole Premier League because, again, he only scored 3 goals in 16 appearances. Based off what other players in other positions did this year, like that's not good. Only 3 goals for the price tag that he was. But
well, you could include those 5 other goals in the Conference League, like I did for the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup.
I could, but like I'm more gonna just stick with the Prem for now because that's where we were struggling more of the time. Like we won every single game but one on our way to win the Conference League, and it was a tie. So we were undefeated, but more the rating for him is just dented because of the injury plagued season. But I, again, like Ali, you know me, you can watch previous videos. You know, Lucas, I've talked highly of him. There's a potential linked move to Roma, and I hope it doesn't go through because I do want him to succeed here, but that's not my call. I don't work for the board. So league rating, I gotta give a D for the team because he did show those flashes of greatness. You know, the reason why we bought him. So C plus for West Ham, D for the league. But if he can stay healthy, again, that will go higher and higher as each season goes.
Nice. So, I mean, I don't watch West Ham that much, so
Yeah, neither do I. I don't want to watch a terrible club play football.
Yeah, okay. Europa League next year. Where's Chelsea playing?
Okay. It's a rebuild season.
Wait, don't forget, Sandro. You have that one against Randy. You could use it against Lucas too.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Chelsea has more prestige. You know, I'm just throwing shots at them from last season. They had 2 Champions League, which I was going for them in both.
I mean, how could you not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I'll go now. So I forgot to mention this, but obviously the 3 Ecuadorians in the Prem all play in Brighton,
Of course.
so that's why I was able to know these guys so
There
well.
are youngsters, right?
Well, I would say so, except for Stupinian. He's getting there into his prime right now. He's 24, still young.
Pretty young.
Yeah, but compared to other Ecuadorians, he's like old, like a grandpa. But or wait, is he 24? He might be a little older. Let me see. He's 25.
Oh,
But
so he's going up there.
so it's Stupinian. All competitions, 1 goal, 7 assists. Now, for the club, I'm gonna give him an A plus. The first A plus of this video. Now, hear me out. Just hear me out. and this one shouldn't even be an argument, I feel like. Estupinian came in with the responsibility of doing better than Cucurella, who was player of the year for Brighton last year. He came in having to replace him, who was linked to City and then are going to Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big responsibility, right? That's pressure. That's the definition of pressure, is replacing the player of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he came in and bro, he did his job. Like I said, 1 goal, 7 assists. That's pretty good. Playing as a left back, he should have even had 2 goals because one was was disallowed,
Mm-hmm.
and the FA came and said sorry, pretty much, but we're not giving it back to you against Crystal Palace. But yeah, he had a great season. I don't know if you saw, ESPN ranked him number 7th best left back in the world at the moment right
Mm-hmm.
now. Not many above him in the Prem. I think just Shevchenko and Luke Shaw. Oh, and the guy from Liverpool. Robertson. Yeah, so I think he's doing a good job in the club. A+. Simple. It doesn't get better than that. He did more than what Cucurella did last
You
year.
know what? I won't argue because I'm not really in a position to argue because Cucurella was absolutely garbage.
I know he did not show for you guys.
But yeah, no, he did have a solid season.
And then for the Prem, I'm gonna give him an A. You know, it's not an A+ performance. It's an A performance. As a left back, he did his job. He's really good bringing the ball up, and he's also really good defending. Like I said, 7 assists.
Mm-hmm.
What more can you want from a left back? And on top of that, 0 red cards. That's great for a defender.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
4.
That's
35 games played.
incredible.
Anyways, you can go next.
The next player I'm bringing up is a lovely, center mid that we love to see play, but injury prone and sometimes he doesn't make the starting 11. Is Rodrigo Bentancur. All right. Well, let me tell you something about this player. I think he's one of the best center mids in Tottenham in the last 10 years, and I can say midfield as well. Well, who's better than him? Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli. I don't think he breaks. I don't think he does not break top 5. And he played only 17 matches this season because he's been injured. But in those 17 matches as a center mid, he got 5 goals and 2 assists. May have gotten 8 yellow cards with only
That's really bad.
But he stops those players from coming into the box and scoring the opposite players from the other team. And that's what you need as a center mid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stop them before they reach the defenders, and that's what he's doing by all means. And it's a trait I love to see from midfielders nowadays, especially ones that aren't cams, center attacking midfielders, because some midfielders will just let them run by them, and that's not how Bentancur works. He's like, I'm either going to take the ball from you, or you're not going to have your legs for the next 5 minutes, and that's exactly what he does, as his 8 yellow cards show. I would grade him in Tottenham's system a B-, a B, because I talk highly of him, but he hasn't played that much games.
I mean, 5 goals in
2 assists in
games. That's pretty good.
As a center mid, it isn't bad, but he's injuries and whatnot, so I don't really feel like I can give him an A.
Mm-hmm.
But if he played all the games, I definitely would have. In the Premier League, I'd give him a C+. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of good midfielders in the Premier League, and I don't think he really breaks a top 7, top 8, top 9. And if you don't break that, I don't think you should get an A or a B. Bentancur.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really good rating. I feel like I like that thought process of, if I don't have the ball, I'm not getting it.
I mean, that's how you should play.
I mean, that's like a CDM thought, but it's also true, because center mids are part of the team. You have to come back and help the team.
Exactly. You can't
Not
just
a lot of people
let
think
them,
like that.
No, they just let them walk by them, and
I don't know. Maybe that's a South American thing.
it comes down to the lack of passion. I feel like it is. Some players think it's a job. They don't care about winning that much, and that's not how Bentancur thinks.
We're also both defenders, so maybe it's just us. Sandro's there shaking his head like, no.
It's
2 of the best defenders I know.
I appreciate that. Anyway, Sandra, what are your thoughts? What do you think before you give your next player?
Oh, okay. So Lucas knows my next player because West Ham had purchased this player from Chelsea, and he already knows Mr. Emerson Palmieri.
Amazing.
Now, again, like much love for the Italians on my team. This was a bit of a head scratcher when it came, like when the news broke. Fabrizio Romano, said the news. Here we go. He's joining West Ham. I didn't get it, but I took it as a positive because he has European experience, Prem experience. So I'm like, this is a guy we want on the squad. And just like Scamacca, at times he showed it, but it wasn't enough. Defensively, it was poor. In 22 appearances, only one goal, but you're a left back, so I'm not going to look too much into that. But we had an issue with conceding goals, and when you're a part of a back line like that, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So for my grade for the team, I'm going to go B just because he was very instrumental in that Conference League win. And a lot of people don't know this. He became, I think, one of the only players so far to win the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, and the Super Cup. So that's what I mean. He has that European experience that we needed, and he showed up in the final. He played the entire game, I'm pretty sure. And again, got the win. So that's what's going to boost his grade for me for his role in West Ham. But yet again, for his role in the league, he's been there for a few years now. I think 5 years at Chelsea, the 1 year at West Ham, 6 years. He didn't really break into the starting 11 for Chelsea, so he was never really going to have a good rating. And again, it was just a very poor season from West Ham in general. So as a left back in the Prem and your team is in the relegation battle, that's not going to get you a good rating. I also have to give him, just like Scamacca, a D. But, preseason's underway. He looks pretty good so far, so maybe a redemption season. But you know what? Again, I love him. Conference League winner because of him. I'm going to say that right now. And hopefully he has a bounce back here because he definitely deserves it.
I don't know if we're just very biased or Alessandro's just very harsh on his players.
D's. That's what they got. And it's making me feel better about what my next player is going to be in the grading.
Well, yeah, I actually watched that final, so I agree with you, Sandro, on your ratings. Yeah, great player.
It's more harsh rating for the league in total. For the team, like they both put in some good stuff, but just being in the relegation battle for majority of the year, I'm not going to give you a great rating. And there were at times where even West Ham fans were saying, "Why the hell did we buy this guy?" So this is what I mean. Like I'm just going based off film, watching him, the news, and it's just, again, for the team in general, a very 50-50 season last year. So my players, again, like for the role in the team is going to be a little bit different for the role in the entire league. Call it harsh. I'm just, hopefully they take it as constructive criticism and bring it into next season.
Do you follow any West Ham fan pages by any chance?
I do. There's like a group in Toronto. I was telling you that there's a bar downtown that's like designated West Ham, but other than them, some guy from the UK like lives in London. That's really it.
Is there like a big Italian community in West Ham or growing? Because I will say,
yeah, like it's kind of like Ecuador with Brighton. You have some of the best talent on that one team. So when you have, again, 3 of the 5 players in the Prem on one team, you're going to cling to them a little bit more. But it's not like a crazy big Italian market, but it certainly helps having, again, like one of the future strikers on the team in Scamacca, Emerson, and I'll mention the other one later, so don't worry, he's next.
Well, that'll bring me to my third and final Ecuadorian.
I think I know who it's going to be.
The biggest name, and possibly one of the biggest names in the transfer market right now, the transfer saga, Moises Caicedo.
Ooh.
So, We all know Moises Caicedo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Club A+, and Prem A-. Now I'm gonna give him an A+ for the club because simply, bro, he was
top one best player for the club.
literally. I think he's the player of the year for them. There's not much to say. He's just great. He was supposed to replace Basuma, same way Estupinian was supposed to replace Cucurella, and he did. He's 3 times over what Basuma was, in my opinion. He's an amazing player. I'm giving him an A+. He played almost every game. He played 37 games in the Prem. 0 red cards, 10 yellows.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. This
what
is
you gotta
South
do.
American in us.
And there's no reds there, so he knew not to cross the line. So that's pretty good to have some self-discipline.
Yeah. And 1 goal, 1 assist in the Prem. That's in all competitions, actually. He played, I'm pretty sure, every single game possible. He played 4 games in the FA Cup, and he played 2 games in the Carabao Cup, which I'm pretty sure we had only 4 games in the FA Cup and 2 games in the Carabao Cup. So he played pretty much every game Brighton possibly could have played except for 1. A+ for club, like I said. Even after that whole transfer shit that went down when his manager posted on his social media and all that stuff, a lot of people were scared that he was going to come back into the club after the winter transfer and like not play to his highest potential because he didn't get sold to Arsenal. But he came in and acted like nothing happened. And what more can you want from a player? And like, you would expect a player to be mad and not perform to that level, but he just came in and kept playing as hard as he can. I'm gonna give him an A- for the league just because I know he's a CDM, but 1 goal and 1 assist in all competitions is a little like, I would have expected him to maybe like 3 assists, to give him that A+, 2 to get to that A. Again, he's a CDM. I'm not gonna give him too much.
And with like the likes of Casemiro and N'Golo Conte, you can't really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, N'Golo Conte didn't really play much.
But when he touched the pitch, he was a magician.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But did he even play that CDM role a lot?
He did. Like, he didn't really stick to it, but he was supposed to play CDM, and he helped us with the attack a lot more than our other players.
And Casemiro got 2 red cards.
But he did his job. He scored last-minute winners.
No, I agree. That's why I think they would have an equal season, in my opinion. Casemiro and
Wow, I disagree.
Wait, why? Why do you think so?
When
Casemiro's a better player, way better player than Casemiro.
He had a way better season.
Why do you think that?
You don't understand how much times Man United was screwing themselves over with having Maguire. You watch the games, and Casemiro's like, you know what? If you guys can't do it, let me score in the 90th minute. Let me give you that 1-0 win. Let me score the 60th minute. You know how much times he bailed you out or gave you guys hope? And you scored 1, we can score more. He got 2 red cards, but he gets those red cards because he stops the attacking players from the other team. He does what he's supposed to do as a CDM, not let them touch the defenders. And with a player like that on your team, I feel like you can get a lot of clean sheets. And Man United had the most clean sheets, right? And David De Gea was doing good, but you have to give some of that, praise to Casemiro there.
You know what? I would if he played just a little bit more games. 28 games played, bro.
How much of those were clean sheets? I guarantee it would be.
No, I agree. You know what? I'll give you the edge. I don't think he had an A+ season. He had an A season. So he just takes the edge off Caicedo. But yeah, A- for Caicedo, A+ for the club.
All right, that's fair. So for my player, we're going to go in the complete opposite direction. This terrible player who shouldn't see a pitch because he doesn't do anything. Facundo Pellistri. And listen, I feel like he has like the talent, just not in the Premier League or the Serie A or La Liga or any of the top 5 leagues while we're at it. Go to like Netherlands or something, get better, kick a football, learn how to play, and then maybe you can bag more than 0 goals. But I guess he didn't play a lot of games, 4 games, but when he was on, he was, not very you couldn't rely on him. And that leads me to Facundo Palestri. In Man United, D. In overall, D. I feel like everyone else in the Premier League was better in his position. And he is, I think, the worst player in Man United. But don't get this wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I love the kid. Like, I love him. I just don't think soccer would be his sport or football would be his sport. Maybe like golf or
I think
badminton.
I think you just think this because he's on Manchester United.
Probably, but he is not doing good. So he's played 4 games. You know, if you need to ask why, just look at his performance. The manager knows what he needs to do to win games, and having him on is just not it. And 0 goals, 0 assists, shocker. And, you know, there's not much to say. He is horrendous. We still love him, though.
Oh. I mean, I wouldn't change much. I would give him a D.
Yeah.
But I think you're kind of harsh on him.
I mean,
only 4 games played. That's you can't do much there. And he's playing with Man United in this, like.
But Man United did have an okay season.
They had an okay season, but that was near I'd say the middle. If you had to put it into quarters, we had like a good third quarter.
I just don't think like he has the potential to become a good player. Maybe top 20, top 11 young talents out there. But as of right now, I just think whatever he's doing is not it. And I hope he succeeds. Like, I really do want to see a good Uruguayan forward in the Prem, other than Darwin. And that's what I'll be hoping for next season. But he needs to change how he trains, how he walks onto the pitch, how he sits on the bench.
Okay.
It's not working.
All right.
Turned into the roast there. Holy.
Hey, I just hope he proves me wrong. That's all I want. You know what I mean?
And called me harsh on my players.
Yeah, some motivational speech. Is that how they do it in Uruguay?
They hit you with much more than words down there.
Wow.
Okay.
I
guess we're lucky here right now. But anyway, Sandro, you next.
All right. So number 3, we're gonna just finish off all the West Ham players here. Then this one's gonna be a little bit more better. Is Angelo Ogbonna. So he's been here since 2015-16. So the loyalty has been there. Over 230 appearances just in all competitions for us. So what he's done for the team at times has just been great. We've had some good seasons where the defense has kept us up, and he's been an anchor for us. The past 2 years have been a little injury prone, but his age is getting up there. So it kind of makes sense. It's like all coming together. But again, we won the Conference League. He was very pivotal in that I guess, journey to the final, and even playing against Fiorentina, a team he knows quite a bit back in his Juve days. And again, as a player, as a fan of West Ham, you cannot not appreciate him. So that being said, I'm going to give him an A for his role in West Ham because he stayed loyal. He signed a 1-year deal not too long, I think about actually a couple weeks ago, to stay at least 1 more year. And he's hungry to try and get this club another European trophy in the Europa League. Is it going to happen? Maybe not, but he's looking for some redemption. He wants to stay with the club, stay for the fans, and because of that, I got to reward him with that A. Now, as a center back in the Prem, it's not easy, but don't worry, it's not going to be a D. It's not going to be a C. I'm going to give him a B because for you to stay in the Prem for this long and stay there the age you're at, I applaud him. And there have been some players that have talked highly of him being calm, just being a ball-winning defenseman. Or sorry, ball-winning center back. I went a little Canadian there with the defenseman, but ball-winning. Yeah, I was like, well, mixing up 2 different things here. But winning the ball. So he's been talked highly of by his peers. And again, for you to stay in the Prem for almost 10 years now, that means you can hack it in this league. And I respect it. very appreciative of him because what he's done, he is definitely going to help the back line this year. You know, we're in talks with a few center backs, try and get some new faces in. I think he can definitely be that veteran center back to help. Maybe let me try to find the words here to try and rebound and get West Ham back to that top 6, finishes. I think he can be a very pivotal part of that. But, he's definitely one of the most loyal players on the team. Pretty sure since Mark Noble and obviously now Declan Rice is gone, he must be leading in appearances. So for now, I know it's hard to give him the title, but he's technically like the current Mr. West Ham, and because of that, he's probably one of the best players.
Wow.
In West Ham, right?
Well, in West Ham, yes. Again, it's a center back in the Prem. Like, there's been some goats in that position, and I think he's just he's kind of been swept under the rug at times. Not a lot of people talk about him unless you are a West Ham fan, so that's like what's going to ding him to other people. But he's lasted in this league. Before the past couple seasons, he's stayed healthy and stayed consistent, but I'm not gonna give him a harsh rating because of the season we had, because when he was on the field, you can see the difference. So he is definitely capable of playing this position in the Prem at his current age, which I'm pretty sure is 35. So he's getting up there, and for him to continue to play at this level in this league, I applaud him.
He was very crucial, for his role.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it's all of them were pretty crucial this season, like, and leading up to that Conference League win. And again, he knew the team because he played Fiorentina quite a bit back in his Juve days. So yeah, like, that knowledge right there boosts him up even more.
That's kind of funny that he played in Juve. So he's kind of always been a shadow to like Chiellini and Bonucci.
Bonucci. Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah, Chiellini and Bonucci. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, though. Like, he was kind of like that depth piece, and then he came here where he's just been starting, and at times he's been that backup, but he always finds his way back to the starting 11 because that's how good he is for us. So,
do you think if he was 4 years younger, he would have more caps for Italy?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because now it's like he's had caps. Mancini's rewarded him for some of the stuff he's done during his time at West Ham, but I'm pretty sure he retired like internationally back in 2016 because I guess of the lack of the opportunities. But if he was like maybe 31 now, I definitely think that he could be on like that Nation League squad or even like the upcoming qualifying for the Euro. But just it wasn't meant to be.
No.
Sad to say, because I think he could have been a great depth piece, but it is what it is. He had his 13, 16 caps, and not many people can say that. So hats off to him.
So I think you're the only one left with the last player, the fourth player. So
okay, so ball's still in my court here, and another player that Lucas knows quite fondly, and Randy's not here to talk about him, but it's Jorginho. Oh, and again, I didn't pay too much attention to him this season.
I almost forgot he existed.
Which was perfect because he didn't really do much this season.
There you go. Again, he's the Chelsea fan. So my grade for Jorginho this season, I'm going to give him a C+, because at times he showed the flashes of the player he once was, but Chelsea struggled, and then that move to Arsenal came, and it was head scratching for me. But I think Arsenal was just in that, okay, we got to buy players now, try and keep this title race going. And, sorry, Randy, it did blow up in their face because they did not win the league. So, yeah, it was kind of a disappointing year for Jorginho on 2 of the top 6 teams. So that's why his rating for me is a C+. Now, his role in the Prem in general, I'm going to give him a B+, because he's been consistent. At times, you can argue he was a top midfielder, one of the best penalty takers in the league. But I don't know if I'm not sure if he's staying at Arsenal. I've heard rumors of like a move to Saudi Arabia because that's been the thing this summer. I would like to see him full season at Arsenal, see if he can recapture that form. But as of now, his role in that half season with Arsenal just wasn't good. Not a lot of opportunities coming off the bench, so it was a tough season for him. Hence the C plus. But again, pretty consistent at Chelsea up until the start of last season. So B plus in the league. He was a very capable midfielder. And remember, Chelsea beat Man City for his signature. So that's how, sought after he was at that time, after I think the 5-6 years at Napoli. So he, again, pretty much I've said it with all the Italian players in the league. It's been a tough season that they've all had in their cases.
What would Jorginho's rating be for just this season in the Prem?
Oh, okay. So from talking this season, the Prem, I gotta go a C because, again, like start for Chelsea was fine, but then it was going downhill, and then I don't know. It was a very questionable transfer to Arsenal that didn't work out because the league was bottled. So a tough season for him.
Yeah.
But he has age on his side still. He's in his prime, 31. So there's time. Like he could definitely bounce back this year. So if he stays at Arsenal or maybe another Premier League team kind of snatches him up, but I do think he can bounce back, and this is the year to do it. Because if he doesn't, then I don't see him in the Prem for much longer.
If you could make 2 signings this year, but one of them had to be Jorginho, would you do it, Sandro?
Like for my team?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love him on the team. I think that would be a perfect team to maybe recapture that form because you're still playing European football.
Yeah.
And obviously, with the departure of Declan Rice, that midfield does need a face-up, and he has that Premier League experience. It wasn't too long ago where he was like top 10 in the Ballon d'Ors. Whatever, it's questionable to some people. It was questionable to me because, it was a good Euro. Yeah, he won the Champions League with Chelsea, but was he that good? It's up to interpretation. It's up to you watching film from that season. But yeah, put him on a team like West Ham or like even Aston Villa, Brentford. I definitely think he can recapture that form of, the first 3 years at Chelsea. But
I don't know about Aston Villa or Brentford. I think he could fit in like definitely West Ham.
I want to say 2 more clubs. I didn't know like who the midfielder. So I'm like, Ashton Villa because similar color. Or you know what? Even a team like Burnley, like if
I was just about to say Burnley. Yeah.
If Vincent Company decided, hey, you come over here, I'm going to help you get back to that form, help us stay in the Prem, he would definitely get back to that top midfielder role. But just
maybe Ruben Neves. Almost a Ruben Neves. Maybe Wolves or Everton. I feel like Everton would be too much of a step down for him, though. Funny enough, Burnley's like here, Everton's here, in my opinion.
Best case scenario would be like, West Ham if he wants to continue on in European football. But as of now, he's playing Champions League. Maybe 1 full season with Mikel Arteta is all he needs. Only time will tell. But it was definitely a harsh season for him on 2 different clubs and no trophies to show for it. So he definitely needs to step it up if he wants to keep that role at Arsenal.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, it was nice recording our first video. With all 4 of us, technically. I'm sure Randy would put pretty much the exact same ratings I did for my Ecuadorians.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe our next video, I am being very lazy and not editing the last 5 videos we recorded. And every single time we record, I'm like, guys, lots of videos are going to be coming out every week. And then I released 2, and then I just stopped for 2 months. But I think we all needed this rest. We probably still are going to rest for a little longer.
Just before the Prem starts, obviously, there's going to be a lot to talk about soon. So
yeah, the transfer market, it's hard, especially me editing. I'm not that great of an editor. It takes me 2 days So if I'm like talking on transfer news, it might have already been confirmed by the time it's up. Yeah, maybe we'll do like one video for like the Women's World Cup or something small in between there. We're definitely gonna be doing prediction videos for qualifying. That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for that.
That's gonna be a good one.
That's a good one. But yeah, this video should be out. Like I said, today was the day Messi and Busquets were introduced to Inter Miami. So
It's gonna look nice in those pink jerseys.
if I'm gonna be honest, it should be out like in 9 days after this recording. So
Respect. But listen, it's summer. We having fun too here. So don't worry.
Yeah.
The content will come out.
yeah. Thank God. Maybe it's even a good thing I didn't edit those other videos because now I could just keep them coming out every week. But guys, thank you for watching. Tell us what you think. If you watch any of these players or follow any of these clubs, what you would give our ratings. So for Caicedo, Stupinian, Bentancur, Scamacca, Jorginho,
That trash box Palestri.
Pelestri.
God.
Yeah, guys, like tell us in the comments who was the harshest, because I don't think I was after what Lucas said about Palestri. But
I was only saying the truth.
That was pretty harsh.
hey, you know what? The truth does hurt. So Lucas, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, let us know. Follow our socials. We're on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
It'll be right here.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not
I don't
gonna be
know
right
how to
there.
do
It's
that
not
yet.
gonna be right there.
It's not gonna be there. It'll be in the description.
Click the link in the bio.
Click the link in the bio. Yeah, follow us. Leave a comment, share with a friend, and like. Guys, have a great night. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Peace.
Have a good night.